Are you planning a trip to the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World? Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the biggest mistakes family makes that may cost them time, money, and even riding time when they decide to spend their day at the Magic Kingdom. So stay tuned and I'm gonna share some of these mistakes so that way you can learn how to save your time, how to save your money, and then ride those rides that you're dying to go and just have an amazing day at the Magic Kingdom. Before we get into all those mistakes, wanted to introduce myself. My name is Emily and on my channel I share a ton of Disney content, also some lifestyle content. So if that's something you're interested in, would love if you would stick around, hit that subscribe button. And then if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up for me. Let's get on into those mistakes that people typically make at the Magic Kingdom. So mistake number one that people usually make when going to the Magic Kingdom is skipping that rope drop. Now, if you are staying on Disney World property, this is extremely important that you take advantage of the extra magic hours that you get. You get these at every single park and you get in a half hour early before all of the other guests who are staying off property. So you are gonna wanna take advantage of that if you are staying on property and you are gonna wanna rope drop. So what that means, rope dropping, if you've never heard that term, it means that you are waiting for different lands to open. So whether that be Fantasyland or Tomorrowland, those are the ones that are gonna be open and you're gonna wanna go ahead and wait there until there's no actual rope. There's no physical rope, so don't even think that there is. But you're gonna wanna wait there until they open those, and then you're gonna have to use your Magic Band or your phone. You're gonna have to scan in, let them know that you are staying on Disney World property, that you're able to do that, and go ahead and go into those lands. Because what that's gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and think about the top rides that you wanna hit up when you get there. So those rides are typically Mine Train, Space Mountain, Tron, any of those, and that way you're gonna get on those rides very, very quickly. You're gonna have a minimal wait because you're gonna be one of the first people to go there, and you're not gonna spend hours in that line because those are the ones that can typically get up to a hefty wait time. So those are the ones you're gonna hit up. So make sure you have a strategy of which rides you wanna hit up during that rope drop. If you wanna number them 1, 2, 3, the first one, second one, third one, go ahead and do that, but you're definitely not gonna wanna skip that rope drop. Another mistake that people typically make is not having a ride strategy. So people will just go kind of on the fly. I don't know how they do it, but they just walk in and just walk around the park. That is not how you can do Disney anymore. It is not the Disney that I have grown up with. You definitely have to be a planner to spend the day at Magic Kingdom because there are over 20 rides and attractions at the Magic Kingdom. So you're gonna wanna plan that out. You're gonna wanna list out your top 3 to 5 rides, the 3 to 5 attractions that you wanna do when you're at the park that day. That way you know which ones you have to hit up because let's be real, you're not gonna be able to hit them all up. So make sure you list those out beforehand and have a solid plan on how you're gonna hit up your top attractions and rides. Another mistake when visiting the Magic Kingdom that a lot of people make is not utilizing the Disney app. The problem is it has loads of information for you. It has wait times, mobile ordering for your foods. It can have dining reservations available if you need to make them on the day of, which I would not recommend doing, but you can do that all through the app. Now, I will caveat this and say, do not spend the whole time on your phone. I think that there's a double-sided coin there to where the app is amazing. It is so nice being able to use it and see like wait times and different things, show times. All of that is absolutely amazing. But remember to stay in the moment. Remember not to spend all of your time on your phone because I see people so many times with just glued to their phone looking down and not actually enjoying it. So definitely utilize the app, use it, have it downloaded, ready to go, but don't be on it the entire time. Make sure you get your money's worth, make sure you are enjoying your trip and your stay at the Magic Kingdom and not spending it on the phone. Mistake number 4 that I'm going to tell you is people waiting to the last minute to do dining reservations, which I kind of touched on earlier, but if you are staying on property, especially and you have had this trip booked in advance, especially at the Magic Kingdom, because there's limited options when it comes to dining, and a lot of those good options, they go pretty quickly. So if you know you wanna eat at a certain place, say you wanna have breakfast at the Crystal Palace, say you really wanna go to Be Our Guest, say you wanna go to Cinderella's Royal Table, which is honestly impossible to get dining reservations there sometimes because everybody wants to go in the castle, especially with their little princess. So those are ones where you are gonna wanna make dining reservations out 60 days in advance because those will book up very, very quickly. All of those dining reservations it's really hard to get those, you know, and if you're thinking about doing it on the day of, it is possible people can cancel, but I would highly suggest making those dining room reservations ahead of time. And then that way you also have a game plan of knowing what time you're gonna be dining. You're not going on the fly. You can like plan your day around it. So make sure you are making those dining reservations in advance. And that way, you know that you are gonna be getting your breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, and you have a game plan. Mistake number 5 is trying to do everything at the Magic Kingdom in one day. I can tell you from experience, I have been to Disney World, I think at this point over 100 times, and honestly, I still have not done everything. I can tell you that right now because it is just not possible, and especially doing it in one day. You are not gonna do everything. You are gonna have to come back if you're gonna miss things. It's just, that is the sad truth. So my biggest suggestion to that is, again, like with like the riding situation and the attractions, make a top list of what you want to do. So that could be like the fireworks shows, if you want to stay for the fireworks. If you really want to ride Tron, put that on there. If you want to stay for one of the parades, if you want to watch that, make sure that that's on your list, and make a top 5 list of the things you definitely need to hit up when you are at the Magic Kingdom for the day. So making sure you're under that, assumption that, hey, I am not gonna do everything. I'm not gonna try to kill myself doing everything, because it's not gonna happen. Just with wait times and everything, you just can't do it. So if you go into that with that mindset, you'll be golden. You will feel so much better because you won't feel like a failure whenever you don't get everything done. Mistake number 6 is when people skip some of those smaller rides, some of those rides that are kind of like hidden gems. One of my favorite rides of the Magic Kingdom and all of Disney World is actually the Carousel of Progress. There is never a wait for that. It is usually like a 5-minute wait, and it is air conditioning. So you get a nice break. You can almost take a nice nap in there. It is so nice, so relaxing. I don't typically get to go there now with a toddler because I don't think it would be very entertaining. So word of caution to parents with littles, they might not find it very exciting. So it might be something that you may wanna skip with them. But remember that there are other things there. The People Mover is another big one. We love the People Mover. Our son loves it. He always asks about going on the People Mover and going, and it's just, again, a nice relaxing ride. And sometimes you can hit it up if you don't mind missing those fireworks. You can hit it up and see the fireworks from the People Mover, which is it was such a core memory for us being able to do that. But don't skip those rides because, like I said, they're very fun. I think another one too is the Country Bear Jamboree. They just redid it. Never has a wait. It's kind of like a fun little show. So make sure you are hitting those up and not just thinking about those big rides whenever you go. Future Emily popping in here because I am editing this video currently and realizing, oh my gosh, I forgot to give you guys tip number 7, the mistake that people always make in Disney. So I'm very sorry. Adding this one in now. So mistake number 7 that people typically make when they do go to the Magic Kingdom is they do not add in a midday break when they are at the Magic Kingdom all day. And that is very important, especially with little kids, because let's be real, that's a lot of walking. It's usually hot. It's just, there's a lot going on. Sometimes, like, I know even like my son gets overstimulated just with everything going on. So we absolutely love, especially if we're staying on Disney property, going back to our Disney hotel and taking a midday break, because it does wonders just even for myself, for my husband, and especially for my son to just go into our own space, go into air conditioning, relax, have a snack, maybe even have a nap if we are feeling like it, if we can get my son down. But it just makes a world difference. So make sure you're adding those breaks in the, the middle of the day. So even if you're not staying on Disney property, make sure you have space in between. So that way, you know what, hey, we're gonna go ahead, find an air conditioned spot just to sit, just to relax, maybe go on our phones, just to hang out. And then also if you wanna if it's nice outside, if you wanna just sit and relax and maybe have a picnic on the hub grass, that's also a great way to have a break. So make sure you are planning those breaks into your day at the Magic Kingdom. Don't worry, like I said, you're not gonna be able to fit everything all into one day, so you're going to have to add in those breaks anyways. It's gonna make your time much more enjoyable and make your family just so much happier adding in those breaks. Mistake number 8, this is a hill I will die on. I used to be one of these people and now I will never do this, and that is leaving right after the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. We are big fireworks people. We love Happily Ever After. It is one of our favorite things. It is so much, just just gets to me every time, like watching it and watching it with my family. But if you have ever seen Happily Ever After, if you know about it, it is Disney's biggest fireworks show, but that means that it draws in a big crowd. And with that big crowd means that everybody is funneling out of the park onto Main Street, going on the buses, getting on the transportation at the same time, and it can be a lot. Like I said, I used to be one of those people where we would just like dash out of the park right after the fireworks, because like, I mean, that's what everybody does. Everybody's done with their day, they're ready to go. So now with our family, anytime we do like a nighttime show, we usually hang out. We'll just kind of hang out and chill, let our son like do whatever. Maybe we'll go hit up a ride, you know, go through one of like the lands if they're still open. But definitely do not go straight to the buses, because I guarantee you, you're gonna be waiting just as long as with the time you would have been like spent like just hanging out on Main Street, chilling, you know, maybe getting like a Casey's Corner hot dog or a little treat. Yeah, I would much rather do that than standing in a line or getting on a very crowded monorail packed in like a sardine just to get back to my hotel. So take that extra time, relax, go on Main Street, maybe take, like I said, a little stroll, see if you can go to one of the lands, but definitely do not leave right whenever the park, or whenever the fireworks are done. Just don't do it. Another top mistake I have seen over the years of going to Disney and being around, you know, some of these first timers that are going is staying on kind of like the fireworks trend is people are a little insane when it comes to Happily Ever After and the parades. I have witnessed people staking out their spot for fireworks at 5 o'clock when the fireworks don't even start until 9:30. That's insane to me. That is like, you are wasting so much money on your ticket. You are just, you might as well just burn your money at that point, because, and we all know Disney's expensive, so why would you do that? So again, it's important, I would say definitely to get a nice spot if that's like one of, especially one of your top things, if you wanna go ahead and do that. But please do not go 4 hours in advance before the fireworks show. It's just not worth it. Spend time with your family, go on the attractions, go do something, go walk around, but don't stake out that spot. That is not cool. I would say if you want a nice spot, maybe go 45 minutes before showtime. You can find a nice spot, you know, depending on where you want to go, but don't be that person where you're spending hours and hours just sitting on the concrete waiting. No, that's just, I would be very angry if you're wasting that kind of money. And finally, mistake number 10 is over planning. Please do not over plan your trip. Yes, as I said, Disney is very important. It is something where you do have to plan, but don't plan it too much to where you don't have any wiggle room or any free time to do something that maybe like you look on the day of and you're like, oh, we want to go see the parade. We didn't know that there was a parade in the park that we want to, you know, sit in, but we are just overbooked by everything because, you know, mom was such a planner and went ahead and planned out everything to the minute. Do not do that because you just never know. Or you can never know if something could get delayed. I know for like weather, things can get delayed. We all know that Florida loves to do the surprise showers. So it could be like sunny 1 minute and then just a torrential downpour hurricane. So it happens, but you're gonna wanna go ahead and leave wiggle room for things because you just never know if something can happen. So again, leave some time, go ahead and do some planning. Do like, you know, if you wanna go ahead and plan like the high level things, but leave some time to be free and to just enjoy yourself, spend time with your family, just soak it in because it is such a great park. Magic Kingdom, there's a reason why people love it because it is so much fun to go and to spend time with your family. So enjoy, don't overplan, and just have fun. So those are some of the biggest mistakes that people make when it's their first time going to Magic Kingdom or if it's like their 50th time going to Magic Kingdom. And I wanna make this so that way you have a smoother, nice, relaxing trip if you are going to Magic Kingdom in advance. Let me know if you're planning a trip in the future here. Would love to know what your tips and tricks are, if you have any. And if you're interested in more Disney content, I share it on this channel, like I said. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And then let me know if you enjoyed this, if you learned anything new, if you learned some new tips and tricks for your next Disney trip. So until next time, bye.